Good morning, Sarah, and welcome to a whole new day of the video diary. And today is a Thursday, which means great and bountiful things for the video diary. It means exciting videos. Yeah. Woo! So what's going on today is essentially that we is needing to get out of the road before we get run over by this car here. Also, we have a physics paper. What paper? No, we have a physics lesson. I always get distracted when people do that. We get a physics lesson, and then we've got 2 computing lessons, and then I've got 3 hours of revision through lunch, period 4, period 5, and then Lovely's coming over to mine to do some more maths revision because we're cool, and then we're going to get my hair cut. That's about it really. Oh, and I've got to start emailing people about the space mission 2.0 because it's now not just a space mission, it's an entire festival event thing because I've got too little on my plate. I've got to cut out the programming club because I don't have time to do that and the space mission and revise. So yeah, you notice how I'm so much more gung-ho about walking around corners on the camera vlogging now. Yeah, balls to it. Evening and my hair's gone short. Yes, I have missed having short hair. Long hair is so annoying. I usually get it cut and go, oh my god, it's too short. I'm like, ah, yes, look, you can kind of like do stuff with it and it kind of like stays. Yes, and it might kind of a little bit hide my grey patch. It runs in the family, leave me alone. Today has been an intensely stressful day for me, I think. It's been so bizarre, like how it fluctuated from thing to thing to thing. We went to physics, but our physics teacher wasn't in the morning, so we just got set work and we went to 6th form. But then I kind of like got into it and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do this. I'll do some decision maths because I'm revising decision and my exam's next week. So I thought, I know, we'll do some decision maths, just plough through that for a bit. So that put me off and like, oh, can't be bothered, I'll just do this. And then we went to computing, and computing stressed me the hell out. One second. Cool beans. Computing, like, oh god, the way it asks the questions is so ridiculous, and the way it's just the whole concept of a here's a question, figure out the answer, write it, get the marks. That is just lost on the computing. Like going through all the papers, right, and all the mark schemes is what we're doing. We've already done the paper, we're going through and marking it ourselves, go through the mark scheme, find out what we should have put, blah 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 blah. And it's a case of like, there's like an 8-mark essay thing, right? I got 6 out of the 8 marks, but because I didn't mention 2 words, I could only get 2 marks. I didn't mention 2 key words. Well, how unfair is that? And I'm not going to get worked up about it now, but there's like questions where one of the questions where you have to say, it explains terms unambiguously. And if you didn't say the word unambiguously, you don't get the mark. You can't paraphrase unambiguously, full stop. How ridiculous is that? I do maths, I don't memorise. It's going to be so hard for me to memorise exactly all of the key words, word for freaking word, and just lock them all down. It's going to be so difficult to just go, right, bang, that's what I need for that. And I just started using the tactic of just, if it asks you something, just slam absolutely every single thing you know about that one topic in that answer. Because there was one, oh, this question really annoyed me, right? And Lovely was like trying to pick up the pieces at lunchtime and I was stressed to hell and back because I only got an E in the paper. So I was like, oh, this is stressful. One of the questions was, describe a report, or the uses of a report, and not its layout, or something like that. So I put, it uses queries, it can sort stuff, it's good for searching things and outputting data to the user, which got me 2 of the 4 marks. The other 4 things you could put for those last 2 marks were, I can't remember them all, but were, it's in a table format, it has a title, page numbers and something else, all of which are format. Putting something in a table is called formatting, or layout, is the layout. What are you talking about? Stupid example. So I basically rage quit at that for a bit. And then sat doing some more decision maths all day. I literally revised the entire D1 module, which was what we'd sat last year. Just gone through it all, made sure I remembered it, so now all I need to do is do a past paper, and I should be okay. There was nothing that I was like, oh, I don't know how to do that with.
Yeah, sit. Sit. You do. Mind? Do you mind? You're dribbling everywhere. So look at what you do to the floor. Because you just turn... Oh.
Essentially what he does is he gets a nice big mouthful of water, goes... Then turns around and goes... And just spills it everywhere on the floor because he's annoyed. Oh, look! Look at this now, look how many drips. You're annoying, Sid, and then I walk up to that in my socks, step in it and then get wet socks, and there is nothing more annoying than wet socks. So yeah, what was I talking about? D1, I believe there's not much else to do for D1. I've revised all of the topics, I know them all. It's just a case of like, kick it into my knowledge, bang, there we go. Linear programming and the simplex algorithm I need to run through with my decision teacher because the textbooks seems to be wrong. From what I remember, it seems to be wrong. So I don't know about that because I know I was revising for the D2 book and I said, oh yeah, like Miss was testing me and I said, she asked me a question and I answered it. She goes, where'd you get that from? I said, the textbook. This is why it's wrong. What do you mean the textbook's wrong? I says, yeah, but it says you can do that, but you can't technically do that. I'm like, oh, so this textbook written by the exam board has answers in it that would dock you marks in the exam. Brilliant. Just after that, Lovely came over here and we had our maths night where we sit and talk. We come in, have a cup of tea, 45 minutes. Tea, talking about the world, just setting the world to rights because we haven't seen each other for a long time now, since probably last maths night. In fact, was it? Yeah, it was. Since last maths night was the last time we had a good sit down and talk. So we just sat, talked about everything that's been happening and stuff. And then what? Then we did some maths. We did C3, which I'm resitting because I failed it in January. But I'm actually doing like intensely good without having to revise it. I'm a lot better at teaching other people than I am at actually answering the questions myself. If someone's struggling with it, then I'll take it and go blah, blah, do that. But if it was like me, I wouldn't be able to do it on my own. I'm a lot better at revising by teaching other people. So I love it when Lovely comes to me and asks for help. I'm like, oh, bang, there you go. Yeah, it's great. Although, every now and again I accidentally start teaching her further math stuff. She's like, how do you differentiate this? I'm like, no, how do you integrate this? You're like, you just times it by 1. Times it by 1, and times it by 1 and differentiate it. That works. And Lovely's like, whoa, we wasn't taught about that. How do I do it? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, sorry. Substitute, bang, blah 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 blah. Takes longer, but boom, there you go. So yeah, I then got a haircut, which took about 3 hours because the hairdresser wouldn't shut up talking to just random people about random stuff that I really didn't care about. Came home, did some more maths, wrote the description for yesterday's video. That's about it really. Attempted to play Minecraft. I haven't yet downloaded it for Xbox Live and I'm dying to. If Lovely comes over at the weekend then I'll download it so that we can play it together because we're cool. So I've been like kind of playing it because my internet's obviously been eaten by uploading the video and its memory, it just lags like a hell. Like a creeper was walking towards me and it was about 20 blocks away and I was like, okay, cycle to my sword, and then I just said bang and it just exploded. I was like, what the frick? I just died. Actually, I didn't even hear the explosion, I just died. That was cool. So yeah, tomorrow is more of the same. We've got a very interesting life right now. It's going to be mathsy, and we've got mechanics, Feather Pure 2, Feather Pure, Core 3 and Stats 2. I want to talk, no, Core 4, Stats 2. I want to talk about Core 3 with my teacher because there's a couple of questions that came up on the paper that I couldn't quite figure out how to do. Well, I could do it, but I couldn't do it quickly. It took me a long time. I was like working around them, making sure that the rose bush was well and truly evenly beaten, so to speak. I also need to talk to her about insuring something that we want to send to space because we need to get that insured, and that's about it really. Then come home, do some revision and stuff. I'm not home alone anymore in the afternoons, so all of the interesting vlogs you've been having recently may have to stop. If it's nice weather then I'll go for a walk after Le Collège because it's good to just go out and just relax for half an hour before sitting down and doing more work. In which case, if I do that, then I apologise for tomorrow's intensely lengthy video. I'm sure the weather won't be that nice again. So, yeah, anyway, whatever's going to happen tomorrow, I don't know, you don't know. I suppose you have to come back to find out, and that means that I'll catch you later.